Victor Lyons is this guy back here with the very large head in the back row. He was the city surveyor. So I know who those people are. I don't know who these people are. And it says on the back, or it says somewhere that this is Mayor Burke's administration. So Bill, if you would come up and try to identify these guys for me after, I'd really appreciate that. This is a pamphlet from when President Garfield was assassinated, and it is a print.
Jeffersonville Quartermaster Depot, and how it was decorated for the funerary services that they held here when Garfield died. And on the inside of the pamphlet, it's printed, the service is printed that they gave to President Garfield at Jeffersonville. So, that's kind of a neat thing. The rest of these things that I have are just pictures that you're welcome to come up and look at. And does anybody have any questions about anything that you want to ask Gil?
Jeannie, when I was up at the power plant, there was a rock up there.
Yes, I know.
That's what I'm going to ask you. What have you found out about it?
Well, Tommy,
D. Boone on it, and IU.
I have pictures of it.
IU was quite interested in it. Did they get it or what?
They did. They were going to get it. I don't know if it went out there for a while, but it came back to Tommy saying his name. Government, county government, Tommy. Oh, he went to school with my mother. Isn't this awful? Bill, where are you when I need you? He lived up on 62 and he knew everything. I can't remember his last name. It was in the basement. I've been looking for this thing for like 3 years, and the whole time it had been in the McCartan. Thank you. Tommy McCartan had it for a while, and it was in the basement of the courthouse, right below where the museum is. Well, I asked at the courthouse, and I had people ask around, and I think that the guy from Clarksville has it. That was the state senator, Clay Baird. I don't know if it's completely deteriorated now. You know, the museum would love to have it.
At one time, IU was very interested in
Yes,
that
they
thing.
were.
They wanted proprietary rights to it.
Yeah.
What's the significance of the rock?
Well, it's Daniel Boone supposedly carved his name on this rock up
1781.
on Devil's Backbone up
Yeah.
on the power plant up above Rose.
Yeah. But I heard that Mr. Baird had it, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
So I was hoping once the museum got a home that maybe people would feel like they could donate.
Karen McCartan might know.
Yeah.
You might check with her.
Yeah, she
Karen
might know.
McCartan, yeah, she might.
She might know. I don't know. Yeah.
On the 29th, you find out whether you got the building.
That's when the RFP closes. Request for proposals close on the 29th, and then they'll be reviewed. Corky, is that right? Is that the way they do that?
Yeah.
Come on, Corky.
But I guess where do you go after, I mean, say you do it, you don't.
Well, the council votes whether to let us have the lease, the $1 a year lease for, you know, whatever, however many years it is. They didn't want 50 years, although that's common for communities to help museums. They are concerned that the museum doesn't have jobs and salaries for people, but that's not the function of a museum. A museum is an adjunct to the community, and they create jobs in other areas that have to do with tourism, like restaurants, hotels. If we have something more to offer to make people stay in Jeff longer, then they'll spend more money. That's common sense. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea what they're going to say. But we're hoping for a home. Yes, sir.
Is there any history behind the old, what's a restaurant now, it's a schoolhouse there in Washington?
Oh, you mean it's for sale? It's a, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is there any history behind that? I know they have like a little museum.
They do have a museum up there, and it's Mr. Maxwell that just sold it. Marvin sold it, and yeah, it was a school. It was the school in New Washington. So, that's all I know about that. Does anybody else have any questions? Oh, here it comes.
I go. You must go to the restroom.
You're a good co-worker, Paul.
I want all of us to remember this gal. She devoted half her life to doing what she's doing. And the history of Jeffersonville and Clark County is in her hands. It has been for years. And I think we owe her a round of applause.
Oh, everything I know, so if there's something off color or wrong with it, it's Bill's fault. I want to thank Peggy Metzger for her wonderful donation donation to the Clark County Museum of her father's negatives. We have an awesome collection of 50 years of photographs of people in Clark County, buildings in Clark County. So thank you, Peggy. And we owe her a round of applause.